Welcome everyone. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for joining me today on my YouTube channel. So today's reading is going to be for the week of June 2nd through to the 8th. And it is going to be, there's going to be readings for each zodiac sign. So be sure to check out the timestamps below for your sun, moon, and rising sign. It is a general reading, which means that the messages may or may not resonate, or they may resonate, but in a different way for you. So for some people, it will be about your career, money, finances. Other people, it will be about your relationships. So take what fits, leave what doesn't, and we are going to start with Aries. So Aries, let's see what messages we have for you for this week. We have the Four of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Three of Wands. And the overall energy for the week we have at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, so Aries, I really love this energy for you for this week. A lot of positive energy here. The overall energy with the Hangman, this is really you deciding to kind of remove yourself from the immediate situation so you can look at things a little bit more clearly or from a bit of a different perspective. But what is that area that you want to kind of get more clarity on or a different perspective on? I'm going to say it's your relationships because you have that Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups energy here. Ten of Cups is happy home. Right? It is having all your material needs met. It's having your emotional needs met. It's really feeling fulfilled and connected in your relationships. Relationships can vary anywhere from your immediate community, can be your whoever you're partnered with, can be your children, your parents, siblings, aunts, uncles. It can even extend into very close friends. It can neighbors, bosses, coworkers, and colleagues. So it can really run the gamut of the relationships. But there's some fulfillment here. And with this Four of Wands energy, I think this is the situation that's making you feel connected. Because Four of Wands, it's a card of stability. Fours are about stability, but it's a reunion energy or a celebration energy. So there could be a bridal shower, a wedding, or a wedding. It could be an anniversary. It can just be a community event or gathering. There's so many ways that this can play out, like a birthday, but it is the community coming together or family and friends coming together for a celebration that brings that emotional stability and support here. And then you have this Three of Wands energy. So this Three of Wands, this is a little bit the outlier in this reading here, but this is, you're looking out at what's my next adventure? What is my next step? What is the next thing that I want to do? So some of you could be thinking about traveling. Some of you could even be, if this is family and, celebrations are going on this week, but you're also thinking about moving. So this could be where that Hangman comes in, where you're removing yourself from that situation, get a clearer view. Maybe you've gone to, here's an example of how it could play out. Maybe you've gone to some kind of family reunion, family celebration, and you don't live near the family. Maybe you're in a different state, you're in a different province, you're in a different city, but you're not close to everyone. And when you have that reunion, you come together with everyone, you realize how much you miss that family connection. And maybe you're considering relocating. So that's just an example of how that can play out. But yeah, it does look like you're kind of taking pause and thinking about things because of this gathering, this celebration, and you're really having this emotional fulfillment this week. So I really like this for you, Aries, this community coming together. So I hope you liked that, but I'm going to put one more. I'm going to do an animal speaker. I love the animal speakers, just to see what animal energy you're connecting with this week. And you have the wolf, and the wolf is really about guidance here. I'm hoping that you can see that. So I'm just going to read a little tiny bit because I don't have these completely memorized. There's a lot of information. The animal speak runes are the animal speak runes here, and they're from Ted Andrews. He does a really great book on animal speak that goes into a lot of detail about different animals when they cross your path. And I just love his work. But the wolf is really about guidance, and I know it's going to be about trusting that inner guidance, that inner intuition and energy here. So yes. So what this is really saying here is that you need to listen and to trust your own intuition, and that by doing so, the wolf becomes your guardian and your guide. and your communications are stronger now, and people will respond to your leadership more strongly. The communication of others becomes clear, and you will recognize undertones and body signals that may not reflect what you are actually hearing. So trust your impressions at this time. So that's the final message for you and the animal speak message for you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Take care. And next up are my Taurus friends. So Taurus, let's see what energy is in store for you this week. Okay, and we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Two of Cups. And we have the Nine of Cups. I love this energy for you. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Sun. Taurus. Everything is coming up Taurus this week. I love it. I love this for you. Okay, so a lot of positive energy for you this week, Taurus, with the Sun being the overall energy of this reading. The Sun is really, this is the happiest card in the tarot deck. It is, you know, the Sun illuminates, it brings life to everything. It's joy, happiness, it's material abundance, it's success, it's good health, it's vitality. The Sun just illuminates everything, just makes you feel so positive and excited. And this is really the universe having your back and making sure that those opportunities of whatever you want, that those doors open this week. And the reason why I say that too is you not only have the Sun, but blended with that, you have the Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment card. So anything you set your mind to this week, Taurus, you can achieve it. So what kind of things might you be setting your mind to? Remember, this is a general reading, so it will play out differently for each of you. But for many of you, this is about relationships or even a passion project that you're doing in partnership with someone else. And why do I say that? Because you have the Two of Cups and you have the Ace of Wands. Two of Cups can represent a soulmate energy. So and not necessarily, and soulmate can be romantic or it can just be a friendship, but it is that deep connection you have with another person or another soul, right? You bring out the very best in each other. You support everyone. You complement each other's energy. So wonderful energy here. So for some of you, and then with this Ace of Wands, this is a passion project or something that inspires you. It's creativity, it's artistic, it's a soul's calling, but this is a new beginning. So for some of you, this can represent getting married, getting engaged, deciding to have a child. So in that field of the relationship, but for others of you that it's where it's not that kind of an energy, this can just be about you starting something brand new that you're so excited about and passionate about, but you are doing it in collaboration with another person. So I love this energy for you. This is a fantastic week for you, Taurus, if I don't trip over my tongue here. And I'm going to do one more. Not a card. I'm going to do an animal speak rune. So I am using, for anyone who would like to know, these are the Animal Speak runes by Ted Andrews. Ted Andrews also has a book called Animal Speak that goes into a lot more detail and covers more animals as well, on when you see animals, when they cross your path, what kind of messages are they giving you. I love his work. Do check it out. And we have we have the bee, which represents sexuality. Like this is fertility. So for many of you, this is about the relationship sphere. I'm going to read it just because there's so much information. I want to make sure I get the messages completely clear and out there for you. So basically what it says is, or some of what it says is that, one of the strongest forces within humans is our sexual energy, and it is strong within you now. Your Kundalini creative sexual life force, and this can even just relate to that creative force of that Ace of Wands here, is being stimulated in you right now. And right now your sex drive is growing stronger, your sex appeal is more powerful, and your creativity is more dynamic. So loving this energy. All bees are essentially honeybees. By gathering nectar and pollinating, bees are critical to the fertilization process. And this is where that sexuality and energy comes in with bees, how it's linked. And without them, flowers and many fruits would never blossom. So sexual energy is a reflection at your of your most primal creative life force. And this is a time to be as creative in as many ways as possible. So again, that Ace of Wands, that creative energy for you, this, working, collaborating with someone else. And again, this could be your partner. And your wish is coming true right now this week. So I love this energy for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading as much as I did. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. Okay, my Gemini friends, you guys are up next. Let's see what energy is out there for you this week. And we have the Two of Cups. The Ace of Wands. This is sounding a lot like Taurus. Oh, but then we have the Five of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Okay, Gemini. This isn't that bad. Not that bad. So the overall energy with the Knight of Cups, and especially then with this Two of Cups energy and the Ace of Wands here that it's blending with, it's feeling like to me that you are kind of putting your heart out there. So whether or not you're putting your heart out there because you are making an offer to someone, a romantic gesture or a romantic offer to someone, or just simply wearing your heart on your sleeve and just, showing all cards kind of thing, and just being very open, honest with someone and speaking from your heart with another person here. So it's going to resonate differently for each of you, but let's see, with the Knight of Cups, again, you see the Knight, he's got this cups here, his heart offering his cup of love out to a person here. And with this Two of Cups, this is two people coming together. So if you were single, this can be you meeting someone and connecting with someone, a soulmate kind of energy. This can also be, if you're in a relationship, it could be taking that next step. So it could be proposal, marriage, maybe you're married, you're having a baby, deciding to move in. Whatever that is, it's going to resonate differently for each of you. But the soulmate energy doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This is just two people that connect so well. You bring out the best in each other. You support each other in everything that you do. And your energies complement each other. So it's that kind of a very nurturing kind of energy and relationship here. But you have this Ace of Wands. So for many of you, I do think that there's a new step in a relationship, or just rekindling or reconnecting with an individual. And this is where perhaps you've had some difficulties because you have this Five of Pentacles. And this is a card of feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold. And so not being nourished emotionally, right? But you are just feeling this loss, you're feeling this left out, you're feeling this like isolation. And you're, again, with this Knight of Cups, you're putting it all out there on the table on how you feel, and you're trying to rekindle or reconnect with someone. And that's where this energy comes in, because this is your partner. But for others of you where this is a new situation, I feel like this Five of Pentacles is more representing that fear, right? When you put your heart out there with someone, you confess your love or whatever it is, that takes a lot of courage. There's a lot of fear that can be related to that fear of rejection, because this can be that kind of fear, like being left out, left behind, left out in the cold. And so there's this fear of being rejected, but you're just gonna, I feel like if that is you and that's the case for any of you singles out there, or someone that's just been dating but is deciding that you want to have a more exclusive relationship, go for it, because these two cards, this Ace of Wands and that Two of Cups, is a positive energy. And I just feel like that Five of Pentacles is that inner resistance, right? That fear that's kind of creeping up on, do I or don't I, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, Gemini. Interesting week. Be sure to comment below. I'd love to hear how that plays out for you. I'm going to put one more thing. This is an animal speak rune. So my animal speak runes, there they are. This is the booklet that comes with them. Ted Andrews, fantastic. Can't recommend that enough. And Gemini, the energy you got is, you've got the fox, which is magic. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book because I don't have that completely memorized and I don't want to miss any messages that are there for you. So this is about magic. So the fox is a guide and guardian into the new magical realms. So this is really encouraging you to try something new. Burn a candle, make a wish, and pray a different way. Take a different approach from the usual. It will stir your magic and power, and you will succeed beyond your beliefs. Now is the time to develop quiet invisibility so you may see and hear things otherwise missed. Keep what you learn to yourself to use for yourself. Trust your instincts and pay attention to what may be hidden, unsaid, and camouflaged. When you do, you will find opportunities manifest more completely, troubles and problems are avoided, and your life becomes charmed. So yeah, just trust in the magic here, Gemini, this week. I hope you enjoyed the messages. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week, Gemini. Take care. Up next are my wonderful Cancers. Okay, Cancer, let's see what energy is out there for you this week. And we start with the Ace of Swords. Seven of Cups. The Six of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, Cancer, I'm thinking this week for you is about clarity, clarity, clarity. So if you have been struggling with making a decision, whether or not it's in anything in your relationships, directions to move in, I feel like those answers are coming in this week and you are looking at taking action. Some of you, you could actually be starting a new course or a program, but learning new information. Even possibly relocating some of you. But for the majority of you, I believe this is decision. Information is coming to you this week. With this Page of Swords energy, again, news coming in, and that news, it's almost like a truth being recognized and coming forward here. And because of this, it's going to allow you to make some decisions. And with this Ace of Swords, this is new information as well coming in and representing that gives you clarity and lets you make a final decision. Why am I saying making a decision? Because with the Seven of Cups energy here, this is having so many options and opportunities in front of you. And you don't know which one to pick because there's all these opportunities, which is a good one, which is a bad one. How can you tell the difference? Right? And this is where that clarity is coming in for you. And it's going to help you make a decision, because the one caveat that you have with the Seven of Cups energy is sometimes we become indecisive, that we can't make a decision. We can't move forward because we're just overloaded with all these choices and decisions to make. Right? And so this is going to give you some clarity. Now, also, and this Page of Swords energy, I don't believe it's you. This information is coming from outside of you and being brought to you here, because you also have the Six of Pentacles. This is the card of reciprocity, that giving and receiving energy. And so these messages are being received by you from someone else. Someone is coming in and helping you out by adding this clarity for you, Cancer. So I do like this energy. For many of you who are sitting on the fence about anything, this week's the week that you're gonna get some information. So right now I am pulling an Animal Speak rune. The Animal Speak runes, this is the little booklet that comes with them. It is from Ted Andrews. He has a full-size book as well that can give you information when you see animals or anything like that. It can give you some insights on what that means, what spirit's trying to tell you. And Cancer, you have the bee, which is sexuality. It is sexual energy. So sexual energy, it doesn't necessarily just mean like sex, physical sex, the act of sex. It can also just mean like fertility, right? Bees, they go from plant to plant collecting pollen that then fertilizes other flowers, fertilizes fruits, and you know, without them, we there's a lot of things that we wouldn't have out in the world, and so bees are required for that. But they have this job of fertilizing plants, and this is where that sexual energy comes in with bees and why they're associated with that. So this is just telling me that this is a very fertile time for you here, Cancer. So whatever news this is and whatever these options are that you're weighing, when you make that decision, this is a very good time to then initiate, once you've made that decision, whatever cup it is or option that you're going to move forward with. So I do like this energy for you, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Be sure to comment below. I'd love to hear how this is playing out for you this week, Cancer. But be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. And now, my Leo friends, this one's for you. Let's see what energy is coming in for you this week. And we have Strength. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles, and at the very bottom of the deck, if I could speak, the overall energy you have is the Eight of Cups. Okay, So Leo, what I see for you this week with this overall energy being the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups represents not being satisfied anymore, not being emotionally connected to something. So you're choosing to walk away. And what are you doing? What is the goal of walking away? It's to find that purpose, find that emotional connection, that emotional meaning for something. So with us having the Ace of Pentacles here and the Six of Pentacles and strength, this is really relating more to that practical material world. So I feel like for many of you that this is about career, money, or finances, or it could just be the projects, the things that you create in life versus romantic relationships. So it looks to me like you're not feeling very fulfilled in what you do, what you're known for, what you're recognized for. And you're deciding to make a change here with this Eight of Cups. You are looking for what's going to give you this sense of purpose, or aligning even what you do, what you're known for, your reputation, with your emotional side. So having that connection between the two, feeling like this sense of purpose again. Now, as you do this week, this is a great week for you to do this, Leo, because with this Ace of Pentacles, this is telling me that the new opportunity will present itself. It's going to come in, but this walking away or this searching, it is going to take inner strength. And with strength here, one thing I do want to let you know about it is strength, having that inner strength. It is all about knowing when to push forward and when to hold back, when to be assertive and when to kind of hold your tongue and let things play out. So you need to watch for those subtle signals this week, Leo, and have that inner guidance in order to know, okay, when am I going to go forward this week? And when am I just going to sit back and wait and let things play out on their own? Because this new opportunity here for you, it has the potential, being an Ace of Pentacles, that one, it has that potential to grow into that 10 of Pentacles that is like in, you know, that accumulated wealth or abundance coming in for you. So this is a good thing. This is a positive thing. And also with the Six of Pentacles, and I do believe this is partly where that strength comes in, this is a card of reciprocity. So this is someone helping you out. And helping you kind of find that perfect opportunity. So make sure you're not, out of pride or ego, ignoring or turning away that help. That is an important key for you this week. And part of that inner strength, if someone is helping you, you might feel a little impatient if things are unfolding fast enough for you. Just relax, please, with this strength, because this is really telling me that if someone else is helping you, don't start pestering them and bugging them. Let it play out. Let it unfold naturally. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you this week. Leo, comment below. I would love to hear how this actually plays out for each of you. And I'm going to pull an animal speak rune, just for kind of final message for you for this week. Animal speak. It's, you can see it's all worn. I've had this for many, many years, but it's by Ted Andrews, and he has a nice full-size book that gives you more information on the different animals, but I like the little runes here. And what you got is, you got migration here. So it's time to move. See? That really, to me, that aligns with that Eight of Cups, that it's time for you to move on, right? So like if you're at a fishing hole and you're not catching anything, sometimes it's time for you to cut bait and find another fishing hole, right? So migration, this is really saying that it's time to move. This is now the time for you to make a move. What you need is no longer available where you are, personally or in business, and it is time for you to look elsewhere for the fulfillment of your needs and your wants. So I hope you enjoyed this, Leo. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. Okay, my Virgo friends, it is now time for your weekly forecast. Let's see what energy is out there for you this week. Oh, I want to pull this one. Oh, we have the Three of Swords. Let's see if we can get more information. We have the Star, okay, and we have the Seven of Wands. I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck for overall energy, and you have the Two of Cups, okay. Okay, so Virgo. This week, the overall energy is actually a positive card. It's the Two of Cups. This is a soulmate card energy. So this is really, I mean, this can be about relationships, your partner, your significant other. It can even just be any relationship, coworker, colleague, boss. It can be community members, neighbors. It can be your children, your parents, aunts, uncles, just even close friends as well. But oftentimes we do see it as a partnership, a union of two people, but that can even be a business partner too, right? And I feel like for many of you, that's how this is playing out, that it's actually a relationship, not a romantic relationship. Um, it's more of like a partnership or someone you've been working or collaborating with. And this is the overall energy, and this is what this energy is about. You have the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak card, disappointment card. You have the Star, though, and then you have the Seven of Wands. And so what I'm feeling like is if you've been working with someone else, collaborating with someone else, I feel like you haven't been being listened to with the Seven of Wands energy, because the Seven of Wands is about defending yourself, defending your position, defending your beliefs, but defending your thoughts, your opinions, right? That you've constantly, this person that you've worked with, and this is where that Three of Swords comes in with this heartbreak. And it's not really so much heartbreak, it's just, something's falling apart. And it's because you haven't been being listened to. Like this partnership, this collaboration has been very one-sided. This one person has been trying to like force their thoughts, their viewpoints, their opinions into, okay, like if you're working on a project with someone at work, for example, they want everything done their way. And even though this is a collaboration, they have not wanted to really collaborate. They're just trying to run the show. So that's an example how this could play out for you, Virgo. But because of this, I feel like the end goal, the end project is, it's not turning out the way you envisioned it. And you've been trying to pour your heart and soul into it. And this is where that Three of Swords comes in, this disappointment. Like when you put a lot of effort and energy into someone, when you pour your heart into something and it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, and that you were hoping it was going to, there's this loss, there's this heartbreak, right? And it can be really devastating for you if you've really put a lot of effort into it. And if it's a project that's also required finances or financial backing, this could be like you're losing money too. So that's a double sting there for you, Virgo. But you do have the Star. And I'm going to pull one more. I wasn't going to pull any clarifiers, but I am going to pull one more because this is telling me that there's some hope here. Okay? That not all is lost, but there's this hope. The Star is like believing in yourself, believing in your hopes and dreams and your wishes. So I do feel like that maybe there's just a different way to approach this person that you're working with that will help them see, right? And make them like listen to you more. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what we get here with this. And we got the Page of Swords. Okay, this is just brute honesty. Okay, stop trying to be so tactful and just blunt truthfulness. You know, lay it out all on the table, and that could this could possibly make things change course and come out in a more favorable and positive way for you this week, Virgo. Please be sure to comment below. I would love to hear what this relates to and how this plays out for you, Virgo, this week. And I'm going to pull an Animal Speak rune. Animal Speak runes, I love these from Ted Andrews. I've had these for a long time. He's also written a book with more detail about the different animals. But you have gotten the skunk. There we go. The skunk is boundaries, honoring your own truths and boundaries. So a skunk, when it is threatened, what does it do? It does this little dance. It goes kind of like stands on its head and lifts its butt end up. So it does all this before it sprays, warning the person like, you're about to cross my boundaries that I've set. And if you do that, you're going to get it. I'm going to spray you, right? And so but the skunk does give lots of warnings. And that is where this Page of Swords, that blunt honesty, you need to let them know what your boundaries are. And you need to stand your ground, stand firm on that this week, Virgo. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. Okay, my Libra friends, it is now your turn. Let's see what energies are out there for you this week. Okay, Libra. So we've got the Four of Wands, wonderful energy, loving this. We have got the Three of Wands, and we've got Death. Okay, and let's see what the card at the bottom of the deck for our overall energy for the week, and you've got the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords here, Libra, I do feel like you are making decisions this week. Kings, they're the authority figures. They rule their kingdom, right? They've mastered the energy of their suit. And swords is mental energy. It's everything that's going on in the mind. It is brute honesty. Yeah, it's that truth, right? He's holding his sword of truth. So no BS with him. But kings are the authoritarians of their suit, whereas the queens are more that nurturing side. Okay, so this is strategy. This is blunt brute honesty here. This is again being very strategic, planning and mapping things out in the like what direction are you going to go in, and mapping that out and planning that out. So this is your overall energy that's influencing the rest of the reading for you, Libra. It's also the King of Swords is also about fairness, right? He doesn't let his emotions get the better of him. He rules through logic and reason, right? And so that implies that fairness, just. And you have the Four of Wands, you have the Three of Wands, and then you have the Death card. So what is it that you are planning? What is it that you are looking at through the lens of, logic and reason? It looks like you are looking to make a change here with this Three of Wands. But with Death here as well, this is transformation. So I feel like whatever this travel, this movement is this inner world for you this week, Libra, that there is transformation and changes going on for you on the inside, right? Perhaps you might not be feeling connected with your purpose anymore, or maybe you have been contemplating starting something new, but you're assessing, like, what do I need? Do I need more skills, more knowledge? Do I and you're planning and mapping that out with this King of Swords energy. But why? Why is this change happening? Well, with this Four of Wands energy, this is community and celebration, community support. This is about stability. So for many of you, you're looking for more stability in your life, and maybe things haven't been quite stable for you. And that can play out in any area of your life. It can be in your relationships. It can be in your money, career, or finances, because not only is it celebration, it is Four of Wands is also that stability, that stable foundation, right? Because it represents community and family coming together. And why do they come together? It's your roots. It's that, your home. It's the balance. It's where like the roots that you have built. And that's where that stability comes in. So I think for many of you, you haven't been feeling very stable in some area of your life, and you're looking and seeking that. And that's where this death, because death it's about an ending, right? It's an ending. So then you can transform and you can have this rebirth. And this is where that inner change, inner travel, inner movement is coming from. But you are trying to approach it from a very logical point of view versus letting your emotions run amok. Because that's going to be the best way for you to navigate these changes. So you're starting that this week, Libra. So make sure you comment below. I'd love to hear how this is playing out and what area of your life it's playing out for you. I'm going to pull an Animal Speak rune for some final messages from Spirit for you. So my Animal Speak runes from Ted Andrews. Love these. You got... And you know what? Every time I do these, I do find that whatever the tarot messages are, the rune always supports it. I just love how that just works out. You've got change, metamorphosis, okay? Because you are going through this internal change. So yeah, that travel, that Three of Wands energy, definitely it's inner work. It is definitely inner work for you this week. But this is telling you that it's time for you to, just like that, there's a picture of a chrysalis on the rune here. The butterfly or the caterpillar has gone into that cocoon, is metamorphosing, and is going to come out that butterfly. And that's essentially what you are doing this week. Libra, you are starting this process. So again, make sure you comment below. I'd love to hear how that's playing out for you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And I will see you next week. Take care. And now it is time for my Scorpio friends. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what energy is coming in for you. That is way too many. I'm not taking those. Shuffle a little bit more. Okay, so Scorpio, we have the Eight of Pentacles. We have Strength. We have the Page of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy for the week, I have the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Okay, so whatever you have going on this week, Scorpio, with this Queen of Swords, it is like you are not putting up and tolerating with anyone's BS this week with this Queen of Swords, okay? She uses that sword, that is her sword of truth, to cut through all the crap from other people, okay? She's very blunt, she's very direct, she is ruled by logic and reason, right? She has a very sharp mind, sharp wit, sharp tongue to match, and she can cut anyone down that stands in her way. But she's also, as a queen, queens do still have that nurturing energy. And she's also known as the divorce, this is divorce card, but, or the divorcee, because, and it's not necessarily that she's getting a divorce. I'm not saying you're getting a divorce this week, Scorpio, but it's that she's so independent. She don't need no man. Okay. And that's her energy. But the point with this is that this week you are cutting through everyone's BS and you are doing things for yourself. Okay. You don't need help from others this week, Scorpio. And you're better off like doing it on your own. Okay. Other people are just going to get in your way this week. And that's essentially what that overall energy is for you. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You are working hard this week. This is the worker bee card. This is mastering your craft. This is enjoying what you're doing. So even if it doesn't relate to your work, this is you enjoying yourself, like enjoying what it is that you're doing, enjoying your relationships, enjoying your career, enjoying your passion projects. Whatever it is, you are just enjoying something, some area of your life. It's like, because it is a general reading. But you are enjoying what you're doing and what you're building and what your goals are, and in working towards those this week, Scorpio, but you're doing it on your own here. And that takes strength. That is that inner strength. And inner strength card is that knowing when to assert your will and push and again, be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more aggressive, and then knowing when to stand back and not act and kind of just let things fall into place. So that, and again, that's that strategy with that Queen of Wands and using your mind, using your mental resources, right? So you have that going for you this week as well, Scorpio. And then with this Page of Wands, whatever this is, whatever you're working on, you are passionate about it. This is inspiring for you. So I do like this week for you, Scorpio. There is a lot of creative energy here. There's a lot of tapping into skills and abilities that you may not normally let bring to the surface. So it's a nice energy for you, definitely, for sure. But, you know, as usual, Scorpio, you're working hard. And I'm going to pull one more. I'm pulling the Animal Speak rune by Ted Andrews. I love these. And you have the wolf. And the wolf is a rune or symbol of guidance. Wolves are very instinctual animals. They're also pack animals, but they're instinctual animals, right? And they trust their instincts. And this is really about you tapping into that this week, using your inner self, your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, not listening to the people from the outside world, and trusting yourself to make decisions for yourself this week, Scorpio. Please be sure to comment below. I'd love to hear how this plays out for you, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. And Sagittarius, now it is your turn. Let's see what energy is coming in for you for this week. So we start out with the Two of Swords, and it is followed by the Chariot. I do like that. And you have the Six of Pentacles. At the very bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. I love it. This for you, Sagittarius. Beautiful energy this week. Okay, so The overall energy for this week for you, Sagittarius, is the sun. This is optimism. This is blessings. This is success, material success, abundance, good health. The sun, it lights up everything. It shines its bright light, right? Blessing everything, making everything grow and be abundant, providing warmth. So this is really the universe having your back, making sure those doors are open for you, giving you that extra boost of vitality and optimism this week. And positivity. So I really love this energy for you, Sagittarius. And so this is influencing everything here. And what is it influencing? The Two of Swords, the Chariot, and the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to focus on the Chariot first. This is that direct movement forward, right? This is you could be making a little bit of a change in your life, but there is this path that you're going towards, this ambition, this goal, and this is a card of success, but it is success that happens because you are focused on it and determined, right? In that forward movement, but it is forward movement. Like these are advances, these are gains, this is where it's positive, right? It's this movement that you have. And what is it that you're moving from? Two of Swords. I feel like recently there's been something that's come up and you've had to make a choice or a decision, or you've been not quite sure on how to proceed or progress with something, and you're making that decision. That sun is illuminating answers for you, and you are seeing things more clearly, and now you know what direction to take. So you're getting over that Two of Swords energy. For a few others of you, though, that Two of Swords can represent a compromise. So a little bit of a collaborative type of energy there. But for many of you, I believe for most of you, this is about you making a decision on how to progress or proceed or move forward with something that was initiated a while ago. And but now you've got more clarity and insight on what direction to take. You also have the Six of Pentacles. So there is help when you need it, okay? Especially when it comes to, if you're working on a project that's going to require financial backing, this is a good week for you to get that, Sagittarius, with that Six of Pentacles. It is a card of giving and receiving, that reciprocity. So the other thing with it is what goes around comes around, and you are recognizing that week. So it's someone's helping you and you're helping them in return. So again, very positive week for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to pull an animal speak rune just for final messages for you. And so this is my animal speak runes. It comes with a little guidebook by Ted Andrews. He has a full-size book that has a lot more animals in it and more information, but I really like these. And you've got the hummingbird, okay? So yeah, whatever it is you're moving forward with, this is dreams. So for some of you, this can be about like your prophetic dreams happening and coming true, or just having, yeah. And others of you, this is dreams as in your ambitions and goals, right? Like your big dreams, your lofty dreams, the things that get you excited. This is very well supported. Whatever dreams and ambitions you have, Sagittarius, this week, they are supported. Okay, so make bold moves this week. Okay, be sure to comment below. I'd love to hear what those goals are. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. And now we are moving on to our Capricorn friends. Welcome. And let's see what energy is out there for you this week, Capricorn. Okay, we have the King of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, I'm loving this so far. We have the Five of Swords, not loving it so much anymore. And at the very bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So that is the overall energy card for this week for you. So, okay, so Capricorn. As the overall energy is the Knight of Swords, it's telling me that either some information has come in and you are making decisions this week and moving forward based on that information with something. Others of you, there can be learning, or there can just be clarity that has come in for you regarding a situation. What is that situation? We have the King of Wands, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords. I feel like any clarity that you have or information that has come in is pertaining to or related to this Five of Swords energy. So the Five of Swords is a card of, it is a card of conflict, but it is it's also a card of winning, right? But it's a card that winning at a cost, that it comes at a price. Is it does, if you're not being completely above board, okay, ethically, that's going to come around and bite you in the butt. Okay. So just a caveat and a warning there, Capricorn. And I feel like that is what some of that information is pertaining to. But for others of you, it's not. This is like more strategy and that planning and moving forward with plans. Now, with that Five of Swords, that being said, it is a card of success. It is a card of victory. You have the King of Wands here, and this is you really exerting your will, exerting your drive. This is you being very charismatic this week. It's like, people around you are drawn to you like moths to a flame, that kind of an energy. You just have this, again, this charisma, and you're being very bold, taking chances, a little bit unlike you, Capricorn, but this is a week that you're taking chances. And with that Nine of Cups energy here, I love this for you. This is good. This is the week to take chances because you have the Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment card. This is you basically having material abundance and success. And yes, I know it's a card, it's a Cups card, but that abundance and success gives you that emotional happiness, right? And that's where that comes from. So it is a positive week for you. You just have that one little word of warning there with that Five of Swords. So do watch that. Another way that that can play out and with that information that's coming in is maybe someone's throwing shade at you this week, Capricorn. Someone could be doing things a little bit underhanded or behind your back, but on the surface, like they're your best friend kind of thing at work. Like that's just an example, right? Or you think that they're on your side and they really aren't. So just watch for that. So to wrap things up, I'm pulling in Animal Speak Rune by Ted Andrews, and I love these, and of course. So one thing I love about these runes is oftentimes messages that come out in the cards are reinforced by the rune that gets pulled, and you got camouflage, which is about caution. So just because I want to make sure, because I feel like this is important for you, Capricorn, to make sure I got the messages completely correct, I am going to read it from the book. Just got to find it. So camouflage is saying caution. So basically what this is telling you, Capricorn, is that things are not as they appear to be. There's activity behind the scenes, and real motivations and purposes are camouflaged. Be cautious about committing too quickly to anything right now. Direct, upfront, and in-your-face tactics will also not work for you and will likely backfire. There are times to stand out, and there are times when it's best to blend in. Now is the time to use camouflage. Be subtle and do not draw undue attention to you because it will benefit your long-range plans. Don't worry that others seem to be noticed more than you right now. Let them have their moment in the sun because it's going to be short. Okay, your success, on the other hand, will be very long-term if you use caution and are patient. Okay, so that is that final message for you, Capricorn. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week. Take care. Okay, my Aquarius friends, it is now your turn. So let's see what energy is coming in for you for this week. Let's finish strong, shall we? We've got the Nine of Swords. Maybe it's not that bad. We've got the Hermit. Oh, we've got the Empress though, and at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy, we have the King of Wands. Okay, Aquarius. So this week, there's a lot going on up here in the mind, okay? And there's some inner reflection here. But I think by the end of the week, things are going to look a little bit more positive. And with that overall energy card of that King of Wands, this is a good thing for you. So the King of Wands, this is fiery energy, passion energy. This is a bold and charismatic leader type of energy. And this is what you are exuding this week, even if you don't feel like you are, Aquarius. So this is people being drawn to you. You have this charisma. You can, anything that you want to move forward with, any plans, any actions, any projects, whatever it is, and even at work, when you speak, people are going to be listening to you. Okay, they're going to be drawn to you. They're going to, you're going to motivate them. Okay, this is the energy that you have this week, Aquarius, is that kind of an energy. But how you're feeling inside, you have this Nine of Swords, you have this worry, you have this anxiety. You could even be having sleepless nights, and you could be having nightmares as well. But the one thing to know with the Nine of Swords, no, Swords energy is mental energy. It's everything going on in the mind, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually happening out in the real world. It's just you hyper-focusing, you being worried. And it can even represent depression too. So for those of you where that applies, do make sure that you talk to someone or look into that, okay? But for the most part, it is just everything, the worry and every anxiety that's going on in our mind keeps us awake at night, and it creates stress, right? We have this stress. So like, and for example, with this King of Wands, perhaps you are working on a project at work and you're the team leader, right? Of course you're going to have stress because you want that project to be successful. You want to look good at work. You don't want your boss to be disappointed in you, right? So that's just an example. But with this Hermit energy, and I think this is a really good energy for you, where you don't necessarily, like, a hermit removes himself from society to gain that inner wisdom and clarity, right? And go on that path. You don't have to remove yourself away from the world, but this is taking that step back, taking a little bit of quiet time for yourself to recenter yourself, reground yourself, and to help clear the mind and calm it down this week. That is very important for you, and that's a little bit of an advice card there for you. If there is something that's been on your mind and that's what's been plaguing you and what you're worried about because you're not quite sure, you don't have answers, you're confused or just unsure about something, having that Hermit energy, that guiding light, and that taking that moment of reflection and solitude will help you find those answers and deal with that kind of energy. But the other thing, and how you finish off with the week, is this Empress. This is this planting new seeds, and they have this chance to grow into something very abundant and having this success out in the world. For a few of you, there can be a pregnancy involved. Just going to say that with the Empress, because she is the archetypal mother. But I feel like for many of you, with this overall King of Wands, this is about you taking charge, taking control. And from that, you're getting this little bit of anxiety, worry, like there's this pressure, right? And that's keeping you up. And the Hermit will help you to deal with that energy, and help you with that clarity and help reground you. And this motivations that you have is because you're starting something new with this Empress energy. Or perhaps you've planted seeds already a little while ago, and now you're in that nurturing stage of building it up. So that part I do like for you. The only part I don't like, because Hermit is great too, because that's having, like, getting wisdom, right? Divine information and wisdom and knowledge. And it's just the Nine of Swords is a little bit of a challenging energy. So I am pulling an animal speak room for you here, Aquarius. They're by Ted. Move my hand. They're by Ted Andrews. I love these. And you have the skunk. Okay. So what this represents is, we all know what the skunk does, right? They spray. It's awful. But before they spray, when predators come too close to them, when their opposition comes too close to them, what do? They do their little skunk dance, their little skunk wiggle. They stand pretty much upside down on their head. And then if you still haven't paid attention to those signs and respected their boundaries, they spray you, right? So the other thing for you, Aquarius, for this week is, and this is going to help you too, that Hermit energy and that Nine of Swords in dealing with that. This is about you setting boundaries, right? You have this energy of attracting people this week. People are drawn to you, right? They want to help you. They want to follow you, but make sure you're putting those boundaries and setting those up and enforcing them and making sure people are honoring them. And that will help you too. And that could be where some of that Nine of Swords energy is coming from. So Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and comment below. I'd love to hear how this is playing out for you this week. And take care. We have saved the best for last. It is now time for my Pisces friends. Thank you for hanging in there. And let's see what energy is coming in for you this week, Pisces. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. We have the Chariot. We have the Sun. I love this. I love this for you. My daughter's a Pisces, so I'm loving this right now. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the World. Love this energy. Again, we saved the best for last. Okay, so that bottom of the deck card, the World, is the overall energy for you for the week. So one chapter has ended, successful completion, so you can now start something new. So the World does represent that one chapter, one life lesson, one big theme or area of your life has come to a close. So that could be in work, that could be in relationships. And when I say a chapter ending, that doesn't mean the ending of a relationship. If it's in a relationship, for example, how that could play out is maybe you're in a relationship, but you're dating or whatever, and now you're engaged, right? So, or maybe perhaps you've gotten married. So you've gone from having that like identity of being an unmarried person to the new next chapter is now being married, right? So it plays out differently for each of you. For some of you, this can be about also where you live, right? Perhaps you're buying and selling a home. And this is a good week for buying and selling a home, I'm just going to say. And this is even a good week for things like applying for a new job or applying for that promotion or taking that next stage and step in a relationship. This even bodes well for health here too. So again, we have that completion cycle with this World here. And then we have Eight of Wands, the Chariot, and we have the Sun. The Sun is blessing everything this week. Okay. The Sun is about material abundance, good health, success, growth. It is optimism. It is the universe shining that light down on you, that warmth, that vitality. This is good for health too, but that vitality and opening those doors for you this week. So amazing energy for you. But with the Eight of Wands and Chariot, what is it that is opening for you? Well, you have news and information coming in, and changes are happening like that lightning speed. All these wands are coming forward fast. This is fast movement, right? Lots of information, like breakneck speed information coming in. And Chariot, forward momentum as well, but you have to stay focused. You have to keep your eye on the prize in order for that to be successful. The Chariot is a positive card. It is another card of success and achieving your goals, but it is through that hard work and that focus and that determination that you get to that destination. So again, however this is, whatever area of your life this is for you, Pisces, this can be in your relationships, can be in your money, career, finance, can be your health. It can even be your living situation. But there does look like there's good news coming in. There's forward movement for you. And the universe is blessing you this week. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. So I'm going to pull an Animal Speak rune. I love my little Animal Speak runes as a final message from Spirit. And Animal Speak runes from Ted Andrews here. And yeah. We have the owl, okay? And the owl is about spirits. I just want to make sure I have all the messages for you with the owl. So I am going to read from the book a little bit. Guidance and illumination are coming to you through your dreams. So attend to them as they will become increasingly lucid and prophetic in the next few weeks. The owl's eyes are adapted to see the subtlest of movement with the least amount of light necessary, and its hearing is just as acute as its sight. Because of this, you will see subtleties that you may not have noticed before this week, Pisces, so make sure you're paying attention. You will hear undercurrents in the voices of others. Secrets will be uncovered. Just know that help and guidance that you need are now available to you, but it is still up to you to act upon that guidance. And that is the final messages for you, Pisces. So be sure to let me know what area of life this is for you and how wonderful this week turns out for you in the comments below. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and I will see you next week, Pisces. Take care.